Okay, yep, hi all. It's not exclusively Redstone here, but you know, um, yes, I'm taking the lead here on this. Didn't take the lead on writing this. That would go to Jagged, but um, neither. Well, Jagged and the rest of us collectively decided that Jagged was in a not in an ideal space to be doing the recording itself. There was an instant after writing this script. You know, I'm not going to go into any more details, but you know, um, it's probably best to give Jagged and everyone else time. After that, yeah. Anyway, so this is a video on SH in TBMC. Well, the programs specifically. Obviously, there can be non-programmed SH that just comes from having depression from everything, but you know that's less likely to be the case. But it can be the case. But anyway, so obviously the obviously there's sets of programs that do encourage or force harmful behaviors. Can also include obvious physical assault SH, additionally less obvious physical assault SH, such as alcohol, pepper nicotine, or drug pepper use, as well as things like pushing too far with exercise. Yeah. Additionally, emotional assault SH is common, so this could include obviously none of the list we provided is of everything. It's just examples, but one emotional SH thing would be the consumption of trade media, or overextending into the provision of support to others. As well as cutting off useful web support that you have access to. Obviously onto the whys. So it's often used as punishment for failure to pepper obey other programs, as well as a way to try to ruin pepper chances of a good salt life on leaving, and force recontact through re-entering of more dangerous spaces. That obviously these spaces aren't always dangerous, but it can be the case that psych wards and places like that are or have within them staff, especially psychologists and therapists that work there, that are themselves TBMC and therefore will reinitiate recontact stuff. So obviously, that's something that some SH does aim to force upon you. Not necessarily all of it, but that is a potential risk there, as well. Um, uh, Another potential usage is as a component in building, in justifying further control. So, the example we're going to use here is being cute to alcohol regularly. So you're seeking out to get hold of alcohol on the regular, or staying out late to do that, stuff like that, because you to do it. That's an excellent excuse for locking you inside. Uh, and cutting you off from that. Obviously, it's for your good and cutting you off from alcohol, but the real reason behind it is control. Forcing you to stay inside, essentially. You know, onto the how of the matter. There are two main pathways, really. Significant praise and reward for the behavior. Make it feel like this is somebody's purpose, someone's goal, someone's job. Effectively, this is their reason for existence. Being really affirming about it, essentially. No, you did the right thing. This is what you're supposed to do. That's one method, and the other is obviously the more traditional method that you see in other behaviors as well, of using further pain, further hurt as the motivator there. So that further pain may and is often reasonably likely to be inner world, essentially, because there's likely to be a level of needed disconnect with the host body, essentially, already there for these sorts of programs. So hurting that is less effective often. So hurting the inner world body, hurting the inner world psyche, hurting that particular individual psychologically and physically internally is quite common, and is in fact often what a reasonable number of internal controllers will be dedicated to. Often, obviously, that is just something common. It's not guaranteed by any means. It's just given that this tends to be a relatively important component, there tends to be a lot of backups, and with those backups come a need for control for those backups. Then also obviously have their own backups and so on and so forth. Depending, of course, on the size of the system. But yeah, I haven't been drawing for a little bit. Sorry about that. Yeah. In terms of deprogramming, one thing that can be done in the moment when these are queued and is negotiating downward. So going from something. So an example would be, oh yeah, someone wants to go for a night out, get completely blatted, and cause significant cause significant risk and significant harm in many ways, potentially. And actually, right, that's not healthy to be doing. You might negotiate them down to, you know what, we'll stay at home, but we'll have a drink. Have a drink, have two drinks, but we'll stay at home. And, that's significantly safer then. It's still not perfect, but it's significantly safer. And is a significant improvement on the other option there. Obviously, that's not deprogramming. Say that's just managing the risk. But in terms of actually deprogramming, things like obviously finding good, effective other things to be doing in front that are more helpful, less harmful, more productive, that the person who would be doing that enjoys doing, ideally, or certainly at least doesn't mind doing, is good. It gives them another sense of purpose. It gives them something to do. It takes the mind away. It helps a lot there. It's not a foolproof solution and isn't perfect, but it's very helpful. Especially for ones driven by purpose, giving them a new purpose, essentially. Something new they can do, help out, to be useful, to having a new raison d'etre. No, I don't know. Reason for existence, whatever that happens to be. Um, that's very helpful. You know, and one of the key things is proof of safety. Now, if you're safe now, and that proof of safety might have to be internal safety as well. You might have to work with the internal controllers, and deprogram them as well, so that there's internal safety as well. Um, that's what we're currently working on, is working with those internal controllers so that we can show um, that there is internal safety, that we can get further with the those other than jagged, because jagged is jagged is working on finding a new purpose. At this point, feels reasonably safe. It's just a matter of finding a new purpose. But the others who, we're not going to discuss in much detail, but essentially we're trying to work with the internal controllers who are making them feel unsafe, so that they can feel safe. Because a lot of them are more motivated by fear of pain. Yeah, or at least partially motivated by that, and so that's a very useful thing for us to be working through. Didn't get very far in this drawing, unfortunately. Was distracted. Sorry about that. Yeah, cool. This system signing out. Hope to catch you all next week. Please do remember to like, subscribe, comment, especially if you've got any questions you want answered. Be happy to answer them either in the comments or in another video. So catch you all next week.